Happy Sunday to you guys. Okay, so I'm so excited. Actually, I'm super excited. I hope you guys had a great one because I did. Okay, did you go to church? What happened today? Did you guys actually learn something at all? Okay, so I'm super excited. Let me just tell you. Shamangu ucharowa chete nemakomana. Ucharowa chete nemakomana. So breaking news, y'all. ZanuPF blogs Nelson Chamisa talks with Emerson Mnangagwa. Quite very interesting. So I said I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. I hope you guys are doing well. Come through. If it's your first time to come across this channel, I'm going to ask you to make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notification button, because every time I'm live, you come here and gonna be with me. But if you're my regulars like Jaden right there, I'm gonna say shout out. Actually, today's Jaden that is here first, apparently. Don't forget to like the live as we move along, because we're gonna have a party. So, okay. And I'm telling you, it's Mutsvangwa doing all these shenanigans, yo. I'm gonna tell you, it's him. Remember, I've been waiting for him to do a presser. To my surprise, he never came for the presser. Apparently, new people came to the presser, and I knew something is happening in the background. Yo, come through. Let's have a conversation. Okay, there's some people who say that my lives are too long, but this is what I'm going to say. So if you check on the channel, the space where we drop videos that are edited, okay, that's those ones. We make them very short and sweet. But when we are live, it's tricky because I have a community that I respect and I love. So I give them a chance for them to have a conversation with me. So I just hope you understand that nothing personal. So that's why they're a bit longer. It's really just me having conversation with my family. So please. When I'm talking to my family, it's so important, yo. It's very crucial. I hope you guys are doing absolutely wow. Hi, man. Drama in the teapot country never stop. Every day it's drama after drama after drama. But at the end of it all, God is good. And God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above and beyond what you can ever ask or think. That's what's important right now. You know what? When I actually heard this from Gambakos, like maybe Gambakwe, people will say that Gambakwe is not really like is ZanuPF's propaganda machinery. Which I love him as a brother. I'm like, hello Gambakwe, But then to my surprise, when I went on Twitter, I saw boom, Jonathan Moy. Jonathan Moy is Chamisa's hater, right? Oh, by the way, there are allegations that Jonathan Moy is also on the payroll, I'm not surprised because he tried to actually advise Chamisa, and Chamisa was like, nope. I'm not surprised now that he's actually working hand in hand with Sengezo Chavangu. And we know Sengezo Chavangu is simply just, a vassal, but honestly, it's ZanuPF beyond all these shenanigans. So he dropped such a bombshell, but this was actually part of the standard Zim. And standard Zim is a paper where they're saying it's actually belonging to Mr. Mnangagwa's son-in-law. Again, there's so many allegations. I still need to get my facts right here. All right, so, right. I want to tell you something before I even proceed. Did you guys saw such as a small little demo that happened in Harare, where citizen coalition people were actually demonstrating? Nessa today a little bit late. Nessa is always like my first. Hello, Nessa. Shout out to Nessa. You the shout out. Do you remember that? Do you remember this past 2 days? It's a day before yesterday. Oh, okay. In Harare, where the Citizen Coalition for Change had a short snip of demonstration. You wanna play this demonstration because I just want you guys to know. Hold on, that I have your back, y'all. I just wanted you to know that I have your back. For those that never listen to that small, short clip of a demonstration, I'm like, Lord Jesus, I just wish that the whole of Zimbabwe across the board, every rural area, people can just say, jump, it was. We can show ZanuPF what we are capable of, y'all, with the demonstrations. But I think we need to plan. I hope we really need to plan this demonstration, y'all. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm going to, because I'm a sister and a brother's keeper. I have your back, y'all. I have your back. So I want you to listen to this small little demo, man. Like, Shavangu. Okay, now take a listen, please. Quite an interesting demo right here.
Happening now in CBD.
Can you hear that?
Chamisa demonstrating. happening now. Alongside this Chiwenga, Jessica.
Let me tell you, anything that says Triple C. Okay? Yo. My heart. Like, yo, my heart. Okay, now I want you to go big again. Y'all want to play it again. Like this demo, it was short and sweet, but I can only imagine, like the entire Zimbabwe, from the rural and town, Mashingo, Kwegwe, Blawayo, everyone just say jam it once, and we can do an incredible demonstration. ZanuPF will give up the ghost.
Happening now in
Yeah.
CBD.
Can you hear that?
Chamisa demonstrating.
heart.
Happening now. Alongside this Chiwenga, Jessica.
What a beautiful demo, y'all. It was so short and sweet, but oh, my heart. All right. Okay, I just wanted to be like a brother and a sister's keeper, because I know some people never heard it. But this short clip of a demo literally showed me what we are capable of, what Zimbabweans can do. I can tell you, what a beautiful demonstration. Oh, by the way, I saw on Twitter where people are posting the Shavangu's son, who is actually the University of Cape Town. Let me just say this, guys, honestly, it's my brothers that I love. We don't hate people, okay? We do not pay evil with evil. That's not wisdom, okay? We don't do that. So even if Shavangu's son is at the University of Cape Town, of course we know, I mean, where does he work? He can't have, you know, the fees are very high, so that can explain why he decided to sell his soul to the devil. But I'm just saying, guys, we don't hate each other here. We want to be one family. Zimbabwe is my brothers. Leave the young man do his studies. If they had to spill the blood in order for them to have the money, he's already under a curse. So you don't have to worry. That one is already sorted. The God, the all vindicator, he's already dealt with that situation. What are you going to do? Chill. We don't pay evil with evil. I've learned that. God is his own time. He's always vindicate. He's always going to vindicate you. So leave that young man alone. Let him study at the University of Cape Town. Let him do well. We keep on praying for him. But if blood money is paying his school fees, it's between him and God, and he's the only one that will be able to deal with him. Okay, so let's run into the business of the day. ZanuPF blocks Mnangagwa, Chamisa talks. So you know when I say ZanuPF, because you hear who, you know who, Mr. Big Mouth is Mr. Big Mouth, the loose cannon, is the one that we're going to be dealing with there. Hello, Mr. Mutsvangwa. I'm your daughter right here. I'm just saying, you are a loose cannon. Okay, so they are saying, so according to today's the standard Zimbabwe, Nelson Chamisa, who is keen, if not desperate, to have negotiations with Emerson Mnangagwa on heavens, knows what? Send his personal lawyer, Innocent Chagonda, a senior Harare legal practitioner, as he is emissary to initiate the hoped for negotiations, only for Chagonda to be told by ZanuPF that Chamisa could engage President Emerson Mnangagwa only through Vice-President Chiwenga, a channel that, you know, that Chamisa seems unwilling to use. Of course, why would Chamisa go to use Chiwenga? I mean, Chiwenga is just a vice president. Remember, the real deal was between Chamisa and Mnangagwa. So, you know, so honestly, the two people, these two rivals, should have a conversation. And by the way, don't forget, we won this election. And ZanuPF, you know for sure that you did your gimmicks, you grabbed the entire election. It's a fact. It's known all over the place that this election was nothing but a sham. So, of course, your standing is already in question in terms of legitimacy. So, expecting Chamisa to go and speak to the vice president, I think for me, is the highest level of disrespect. So, this extract from the Standard Report is instructive. So Chamisa recently sent emissaries to Mnangagwa to initiate process towards having a dialogue, but ruling party hawks, you know, hawks, shut the door on him. ZanuPF spokesperson Christopher Mutsvangwa, I told you, it's Mr. Mtsvangwa, no one else, confirmed the development when it's conducted for comment. According to Mutsvangwa, the ruling party told Chamisa that he could only engage Mnangagwa through Vice-President Constantino Chiwenga. Chamisa has not reached out to Chiwenga. If he wants to talk to the president, he must use Vice-President Chiwenga as his channel, Mutsvangwa said. Of course, I knew. Of course. He said his two emissaries one is Gota. Is this Innocent no, what's Utswegota the singer? So it's Gota and Innocent Chagonda, and he was told to speak to the president through the vice president. He knows the channel and he must use it. There's a channel that has been established between the two of them. Mutsvangwa said ZanuPF could not allow Chamisa to meet Mutsvangwa directly. So what they're saying is there's a channel that has been established between the two of them. So in other words, ZanuPF said they already know that there are talks that are coming through, but there is a channel apart from Chamisa going direct to Emerson Mnangagwa, the president Emerson Mnangagwa. There is already a setup, maybe elders or some form of people who we can go through, which is, according to Mr. Mtsvangwa, is actually the Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. We have no problem with engagement, but the only challenge is that CCC wants to be treated as an exception, he said. Okay, so that's Mutsvangwa now. With this big mouth, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. After all, we are in parliament together, and we meet in a peripheral of fora. CCC wants an exceptionalism, but we have already been treated as an exception by the electorate. We can't then be undermining our exception and promoting the CCC exceptionalism. He said ZanuPF was cautious not to confer superiority to Chamisa. We are also saying we are cut above all political parties because we won the election, said Mutsvangwa. Oh, really? Mutsvangwa won the election. CCC wants ZanuPF to confer it with the title of being exceptional, but we confer them that title. It will be at our expense with the electorate, which gave us the exceptional majority. Ha! We are very careful not to confer an exceptional lure to Chamisa and undermine our own exceptionalism. Okay, so Mutsvangwa is simply saying we won the election. This is Mutsvangwa's submissions. I can't say allegations because they are already claiming, they claimed legitimate, they claimed or they grabbed the election. They proceeded with inauguration. So of course, I'm saying, I can't say maybe legally, I would just say they are definitely the leadership as we speak, but we all know that the majority did not vote for ZanuPF. Even in the midst of such a shame of an election, still Chamisa succeeded. That's why the whole thing was chibabauka. It was just a mess, literally a mess. But like I said, Mr. Mtsvangwa has a big mouth. That's why he was quiet for this past week. I was expecting him to actually have a presser. Unfortunately, I saw yesterday it was Ziabi who came for the presser. It was also another man that is good glasses. I don't know his name actually. And there's another one, Miram Mangwaya, who was there. This short presser bastardizing the EU's report. Quite very interesting right there. But the truth of the matter is the legitimacy is shaking, whether they like it or not. And what's so sad is Nelson Chamisa is trying to uproot them and say, hey guys, let's have a conversation. Let's fix our country. And they want to be a bit difficult. They always want to be difficult. As far as ZanuPF is concerned, they always want to be difficult. But Nelson Chamisa said, CCC, the building agenda. He said, we are builders by God's grace. We touch anything, it turns to gold. We built the MGC, they divided and took it away in 2005. We then built the MGCT, they divided and took everything away. They even took away the life of its leader in 2018, which they took away the leader, Morgan Shankarai, and also we built the MG's alliance in a short space of time. They took it away. We founded and formed CCC in January 2022. Now they are at it again. This time in style with and through a ghost, Songezo Shamangu, and they shall be defeated again. Whatever they touch turns into charcoal, burns and ashes. Agreed right there. Because for me, I know that there's really nothing that's going on. Even if they can try, one thing for sure is they are at war with destiny, because destiny is rejecting them. There's a lot going on in the country. It's hard, man, to drive this car because it doesn't have wheels. They're trying. Nothing is moving. You are not the right people. I think if I was ZanuPF at this point in time, I would really succumb to conversation or succumb to dialogue, because I know that's the only way to redeem the country. Because even if the Uyghur themselves think they're going to push, they're still going to struggle to run the country. It's not possible. Destinies are rejecting them. We and my destiny, they can't align. Unfortunately, I don't see no inspiration in them. They've no capacity whatsoever to lead. Unfortunately, my destiny and my calling, it's not going to work. And I don't know other people, but as far as I'm concerned, me and these people, we are in two different worlds. Definitely in my world, they can't qualify to actually lead my destiny. So honestly, it's not a political matter. Looking at how they do their stuff, if a person can't even understand having a conversation around the table, to me, you aren't a right person to lead. How do you expect to lead a country every time with violence? We'll get more into the people that are being killed, abducted and killed. No statement from the president, nothing that they are saying. So definitely we have to understand that these people do not have leadership skills at all, and no hatred, but it is the truth. So I would like you to take a listen to what Chamisa said. Chamisa is saying he can only consider political settlement. Please take a listen to what Chamisa had to say yesterday.
And crimes against humanity. We have seen an escalation of these challenges. For the past year, we have been having challenges. We lost Mbonen Ngwe. We lost Mo Blessing Ali. We lost one of our comrades in Rwanda. We have continued to lose more comrades. We nearly lost Ngadzore. We lost Tinashe, I think in Glenora. I can't remember the second. All these are indications of the challenges we have in the country. What is even shocking is that there is not a statement from government to convey condolences, to discourage this kind of tyranny and terror, to try and correct the settings of murder in the context of our politics. So culpability stands at the doorstep of those who are supposed to preside over the state affairs.
And then we have not yet seen any conviction of anyone who has been accused.
You have been talking about conviction, just a statement from somebody who is masquerading as the leader of a country. Because you are receiving taxpayers' money. You preside over the nation, even if we are disputed, but you are presiding over fraudulently or criminally. You are presiding over the state affairs. So it's not about parties. There must be a father. This country needs a father. And that's why the people chose us to provide that stewardship and father. But of course, you know what happened with the election. That is the key issue in this country. We have a disputed leadership. We have a disputed government. We have a government that was chosen by the people but not declared. So there is a conundrum that must be fixed. The conflict between the elected government and what was declared. This illegitimacy is what is causing all these problems. There is panic, there's discomfort by those who have grabbed the reins of power because they know that they don't have the mandate of the people. So the only way to correct this is to have a political settlement that will resolve the issues fundamentally and comprehensively. And we've said it. We've said it to the people of Zimbabwe, and that is what is coming from the citizens. And that is what we are going to be pushing for. This matter is only but an indication of the country sliding into further abyss and tyranny.
And then you spoke to the family. What did they...
So I'm going to ask you, because I've asked this question before, and I'm going to repeat it again today. What do you guys prefer, government of national unity, political settlement in terms of transitional government, or you also prefer fresh people? Because one thing you must always know is that these people, they do check all these YouTube channels. They do have follow as well on Twitter Spaces. They do follow on Facebook to just get to understand what are people saying. I'm talking about ZanuPF. They've got their agents as I'm speaking. speaking, they may be their actions right now on this live to hear what people are saying. So please, it's important for you guys to type in and decide, what do you prefer? Government of national unity, transitional government, or you prefer fresh poll? But I know, of course, fresh poll they're going to try, but transitional government, political settlement is what ZanuPF said he can settle for political settlement. The reason is the country has to move forward. We can't keep on fighting. There must be a way out for us to move forward. Please, guys, just comment in the comment section. What do you guys prefer as Chamisa proceed with these talks?
About this,
They are shocked. You can imagine. And even more for the wife or the children. They didn't expect that this would be the end of their father, the end of their husband, the end of their child, for the case of the parents. But what it tells you is that we have a problem in this country. All these sideshows that are created, how do you have a whole country that is no hospital, medicines, no books in the schools, civil servants have no money, you have 5 million just to throw into a hole in a by-election that you know that you have created. This is not, you can talk about Chabangu or Pabangu, that name, but that's not, he's not the guy. The real issue, as I said, the real menu creator, the one who is creating all this, is Mr. Mnangagwa. He is the one who is at the center of it. Why? Because he would not have acquiesced into this thing, rushing to declare an election, when you know that it's a criminal act, what he has done through Chaba. You don't just wake up and look at a man in the street and say, no, he is the one who is the interim. Interim from where? Who elected you? Who chose you to be interim for what? And you even go to the courts and the courts agree with us. It can only happen in a banana republic. But more importantly, it can only happen in a country where the writing is on the wall for those who preside over it.
Mr. Chamisa,
The recalls, what course of action are you taking? You've tried the courts, nothing is not just trying the courts. Look, the recalls are criminal and fraudulent. History records. We have stated, and we will continue to state it. We will fight all those recalls. We will fight all these illegalities. Of course, the courts have their own limitations, but we will make sure that we leave no stone unturned. We are doing everything within our power, politically, diplomatically, but also even legally, to make sure that we exhaust this matter. There is no need for by-elections to be conducted in this country.
You know going to take part in the election?
Look, that's a decision that is going to be pronounced once we have had our meetings. We're having meetings very soon. In fact, we're supposed to meet this week. But because we want to honor our change champion, we couldn't hold this meeting in the context of money. So we've postponed, and we're going to have a meeting just to be able to articulate the way forward in the country. Okay?
All right, you have heard Chamisa made it very clear. You would want a political settlement, because, but I think the reason is because all the moves that they are making, try to reach out to ZanuPF, is so that even if the elders or that are coming into the country, at least they've tried every move, and ZanuPF keeps on, reporting, disrespecting the Nelson Chamisa and his people, that we need to have a conversation. First of all, before we talk of a president or presidency, Zimbabwe is made up of Zimbabweans, which is you and me. All of us Zimbabweans, we want a country that functions. We are not interested about drama. All we want is this country must function. We must have our own money. Because honestly, guys, the next 5 years, if we don't have our own money for the next 5 years, we're going to suffer even worse than the way that we used to be before. Because the country is deteriorating by day. We need a solution. People have to lower this. They have to actually humble themselves to say, guys, it's no longer about me and my love for power, but it's about fixing this country to move forward. And to the brothers in ZanuPF, you are loved deeply and dearly as brothers, but we need to fix this country. This country has to be fixed. Check how many people that are dying with, via accidents because of our roads that are not in order. Check how people are suffering. Some people are literally barely have food to eat. All these things are so important in our society. We can't keep on fighting and stretching each other because of power. At the end of the day, you're just going to be left with a title, and when you have no power at all, because the whole space will be gone. Imagine leading. Which one do you prefer? I prefer to lead winners, personally. I prefer to lead men and women of greatness. I wouldn't lead everyone that I know that is just they're just all mediocre. Imagine having to lead great people. Zimbabweans are saying, no, we respect and honor your leadership, but let's work together to fix the country. Let's hold hands for those that have loot. Please bring some money back. At least, let's have a settlement so we can move the country forward. It's a simple thing, but I don't know why some people are trying to be difficult. It's unnecessary. Mr. Mnangagwa, you're too old. Give the youngsters, a chance. You don't understand. We have a future. Young people, some of them never worked. They need to start working. Let's rebuild our society. Please give people a chance. ZanuPF, you need to stop these fights all the time. We are tired. People are dying for literally nothing. The bishop was killed for what? Nothing. Literally nothing. That's what we are saying. We are tired. We need to fix the country. Please understand. I mean, it's for the better, it's for the better good of all of us. I mean, who doesn't want to get into a country that is just clean? Who doesn't want to drive in a country where the roads that are just function? Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to go to a hospital where if there's medication, where new equipment? Who doesn't want that? So why do you guys keep holding us at ransom? Why are you refusing to fix the country? What is your problem? Let's fix this country and move forward. You also know that people complained about the appointment of General Smanda, Valerio Smanda, and that time ED came out, gun blazing, defending Valerio Smanda and said, no, he's not, he said he wasn't working for the government, according to him. I think he was working for the government. He's an army, but he was saying, okay, I want you to just take a listen to what he did to say. But people are saying, no, it is enough, but take a listen to what he said.
The people are mistaken. They think that General Smanda is a civil servant. He's not a civil servant. First point. Second point, he's an ex-officio member of the Politburo, which means he's not a substantive member of the Politburo. He cannot vote in the Politburo. He's an ex-officio. So there's no problem, there's no contradiction. He's not a civil servant. And I, as president, can appoint anybody as ex-officio member, which means by virtue of a certain particular position, you can be allowed to sit in our substantive body of the Politburo. That's how it is. I don't know who gets offended by him sitting in the Politburo.
Okay. So he just sits to listen?
No, he cannot vote, but he can contribute. He is there to contribute, but he cannot vote because he's ex-officio. So because you are ex-officio, that means that you are not a substantive member of the Politburo, but you can participate.
Now he's not only an ex-officio, now he's not an ex-officio. Because now Mr. Mnangagwa has uprooted him. He was defending, but now, do you remember the video that I did where they were saying army fights back? When the news walks are reported that the army fights back at Mnangagwa? Because that was immediately after the elections, and there was an issue of fuss where you heard allegedly that the army was sidelined. But immediately after elections, you saw those army's generals were now reappointed back into the army, into these positions, and people are like, oh, because the army fought back. Now, I guess and assume that that's the reason why now Valerio was not being appointed as an ex-official who is very close to ZanuPF, but it's always been ZanuPF. So it's been ZanuPF, but this position was not contradicting, or was now there's a word that I'm looking for, against his work. When you are, there's a word that I'm looking for, man. Holy Spirit, you always be a teacher. Teach me now. It's like it's like, let's say you get employed, right? And maybe you have a family member or something, and then there's a word. Okay, praise the Lord, I'll get it on the way. So now. Then he had to withdraw that position, but at first he was saying no, he is not he's not a civil servant, so you guys should not worry about him. But now, because people complained, and so the newswalk said, in a major triumph of accountability in journalism and public pressure, President Emerson Mnangagwa is reversed. But actually the pressure was, there's a guy that actually was suing Mr. Mnangagwa for appointing Valerio as an ex-officio of ZanuPF, considering his position in the army, which is contradicting contributing to his work. So he said President Emerson Mnangagwa was reversed his unconstitutional appointment of Zimbabwe Defense Forces Commander General Philip Valerio Smanda is an ex-official member of the ruling ZanuPF's decision-making administrative organ, Politburo. In a statement, Mnangagwa's spokesperson Joy Charamba said, His Excellency the President Dr. Edi Mnangagwa has announced the staying of General PV Svanda's appointment to the ruling party ZanuPF Politburo as an ex-official member. The position will be reviewed at the expiry of the General Svanda's term as a senior serving officer at the helm of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces ZDF. This deferment of the appointment resolves the apparent conflict with the country's constitution, which regulates the conduct of serving members of the security services. George Charamba, so that is Deputy Chief Secretary, President Communication. Ooh, look at Charamba wants to give himself all manner of, Mr. Charamba, your behavior and the way that you speak to people, you do not qualify to be in that position. Honestly, you are nothing but a danger to the position of the president. Mr. Charamba, you need to understand you are speaking on behalf of Zimbabwe, not on behalf of the political party. But because you're loose cannon and it's costing us so much relationship-wise and also from a diplomatic point of view, definitely George Charamba needs to slow down, need to stop being disrespectful. But now he took out this whole statement. But he was the one who was defending and said, no, you cannot stop. The president can do as he pleases. But now he's back again, give him all these titles. Deputy Chief Secretary, Presidential Communications. Just call yourself Joe Charamba. All we want to know is what to say or what to do. Moving on, please. Moving on. We have Terence. Okay, first of all, Terence was jailed, right? People are speculating the reason why he was actually jailed, because Terence has been really very close, but he's been in ZanuPF, wearing scarf all the time. But then because of him smuggling diesel, he was now jailed for 3 years. And people are saying this may be the reason why he was jailed. And I think we wrote that story for the last time. But I want you guys to take a listen. For those that did not listen, why Terence, assumingly so, was jailed. Take a listen, please.
It's not an issue. Look at it this way. I probably feel our party is at its weakest right now. Last
Agreed.
Election, HE win 300,000 votes. And when you look at the demography, you want to vote as ZanuPF. It was more of the old guard, Chembere, Madzimai, and everything, right? People who are 40 plus. Now, think about it, over the next 5 years, how many of those people will have died? Do you realize that every elderly person an offer on any given day is a ZanuPF supporter? Because chances are 9 times out of 10, over 50 years of age is ZanuPF. And then when you look on the other end of the spectrum, all the new voters, my youth, and the way things are in Zimbabwe, chances are 9 times out of 10 they vote MDC. So if you have a situation in Guti right now, the way our party was structured, you were structured in such a way that Munonzi voted a first secretary at the Politburo level. But the first secretary I voted with, because Munongo in the Congress Mongonzi. Who's going to stand up? No one is going to stand up. And then you have a situation in which that person are first secretary. Absolute power you could choose at the entire Politburo. Now, that system works that's why you find when we were now against Mugabe and we were on the other side, but now, can you imagine? Right now, yes, we're happy because Mnangagwa, and because Mnangagwa we feel good. They are sort of like our cronies. We can go into any office and get what we want. Now, Chifunga by Politica, right now, succession is not clear. If by any chance right now, worst case scenario, can you tell me who takes over the party? Who's going to be the next person? Is there a process? Okay, it's not an.
Can you hear that? Is he lying? Is he telling lies? But people are saying that's the reason why he is going to prison. But some are saying it's simply a script. because they know that SADC orders are coming through. So for that reason, they're just trying to act like they're arresting and sending ZanuPF members to jail, but it's a script. Some people are saying it is a script. But these are simply allegations. You know, whenever there's a story, people are always going to come up with different theories. But something happened today, unfortunately, again. So the government withdraws offer letter from Comrade Terence Mukope, credit ZBC. So, you know. All right, so government is withdrawing an offer letter from Chishawasha B Farm offered to Mr. Terence Mukope's Farmtel Investments. The farm measuring 654 hectares. Hold on. The farm measuring 654 hectares. Sorry? Yo! I remember one of my clients had a house where it was sitting on a 20 hectares. Okay? This house was big. They had actually literally a garden. And I'm looking at it, 654 hectares, yo. I think it's from here. Oh, Jesus. Huh? And look at it in Goromo, just after Manresa has been at the center of the dispute between the farmers who have A1 permits and Mr. Mukube, whose company had earmarked the land for residential stands, with Mukube having started the process of evicting the farmers. Oh, really? Interesting to hear. We are here to notify you that as a government, we have withdrawn the offer letter, so no one will be evicted, said the Minister of National Housing and Social Amenities, Honorable Daniel Rugarwe. I told you, ZanuPF is trying kind of but by the way, this Terence is a child, man. This guy is very young. And first of all, when you mentioned that 40 year plus, we are not old. I don't look old. I'm 40 years old. 40 years, life begins at 40. I'm just starting. So 40 years, they are babies, y'all. I'm just starting. Okay, so jokes aside, he had the land 654 hectares, y'all. I'm saying hectares. This guy is young. What was he doing in the land? What was he even doing with the farm? Can you see? Kids are owning huge farms. What are they doing? What are they doing in the farms? But we can't have land barons coming to evict our farmers on state land. Our president would never allow that. Mashonaland East Minister of State of Provincial Affairs, Senator Apollonia Mujerengwe. Did they only know today? Why they're acting as if now they're saying the president would never allow that? Oh, really? Okay. The move has been welcomed by the ruling ZanuPF party and the farmers. We're a party that stands for the people. Oh, don't try. For the people. So we will never abandon our people when they face people like land barons, noted Comrade Kuzia Majuru, ZanuPF Mashonaland East Vice Chairman. A farmers representative said, "We thank our president for standing with us during these difficult times. We came here a long time ago, and for someone to come with a fake offer letter to come and evict us is very unfair. The farmers got into the land in the year 2000, and most had offer letters which were proceeded in 2010. On 2010, right? June 2010. So Terence, that's maybe the reason why you're going to prison. You went to go and evict people to have a place to stay. When you have a house, you've got this and you've got that, you've got that. You're looting, you were busy, smuggling a thing. You once been the deputy minister, finance minister, and you still want to go and evict people to be in the streets. It's a curse. Stop that. You see what I always tell you, that kids don't realize how dangerous it is when they're behaving the way they do. You will be cursed. God will not allow that. You can't let people not have a place to stay, but you're busy collecting and collecting. It is a curse. God will not allow that. It's evil. It's wrong. I'm glad. Now you've learned. You have learned it the hard way. You have learned it the hard way, Mr. Terence Hart. Now you're going to be going to prison. Stop that. Be nice. Share the little that you have. We must understand the power of sharing. You see, 654 hectares. Yo, this is like the whole city, yo. 654, I can only imagine. It's even bigger than where I stay. That's a farm, yo. Quite interesting. But now maybe ZanuPF has kind of tried to, we've reformed. ZanuPF never reform, but they pretend like they've reformed. We know you will never reform. All these are just trying to, because you know the elders are coming through like you are doing the right thing, and you can, oh wait, but we have stopped this, oh we have stopped this, because then the people won't mourn. No, we know we will never trust you. We know you're like chameleons. Tomorrow morning you'll be waking up changing. The moment you wiggle your way, you change. You promise people that gets towards election, pre-elections, there was electricity all over the town. Now today, where are we? No electricity. Look, cholera outbreak. What a mess in our cities. I'm like, I think for me, if I have to go back to Zimbabwe, I would prefer to stay in the rural area. Honestly, if I can check the debt that is in town, I'm happy to go and stay in the rural area, mind my business there, as long as I've got peace. Because the debt that is in town, nah, something is wrong. Something is wrong, and something is really wrong. All right, now we are moving to our relationship advices for the singles. Hello, now your CC's back. Your CC wanna help most of the young people. We've got a very, very interesting story right here. And by the way, you all know Shadaya, because most of you follow him. Yeah, people, single mothers don't like him, but most of the young people, you do follow him. So we're gonna read this. It's quite a very important piece, but I'm gonna give you my own personal opinions.